Hi, this is Chandrashekhar Prabhu once again. Today we are going to talk about the amendment to the MHADA Act. MHADA Act has been amended and the state legislature, both the houses have approved the amendment. What is ostensibly shown as a move which will help all the residents of old and dilapidated buildings needs to be seen. The Act says that 6 months' time will be given to the landlord to submit his proposal for redevelopment, which means the landlord has a first preference of submitting his proposal. So much so good. What if in 6 months his proposal is not accepted? Generally, the procedure is such that in 6 months, if it is not accepted, he applies for extension and the government cannot deny the extension. There is no provision in the Act which mentions what happens if he submits the proposal but doesn't follow up with action that is required. That's a gray area which may extend the redevelopment for years together and buildings will collapse. Second, assuming that the landlord fails in submitting his proposal, the onus would be on the tenants to submit their proposal. The tenants submit the proposal and the tenants are given 6 months' time. It's generally likely that the landlord and the builder may try and see that the tenants do not get united in the meanwhile. And if he raises objections and the period for hearing those objections exceeds 6 months, then the period will be over. Assuming that they do accept the proposal, the compensation to be given to the landlord in return for his property coming back will be decided on the basis of 25% of the ready reckoner price or 15% of the saleable area, the cost of which is to be calculated by the selling price of built up area according to the ready reckoner. Whichever of the two is more, whether 25% of the land price of ready reckoner or 15% of the surplus area, whichever is more. We have done this exercise and we have taken 2 examples in South Mumbai, not in a prime location, to understand. First is a property with 300 tenants on 6,000 square meters area. The minimum area required for the tenants to be given as per law would be 405 square feet. If 405 square feet multiplied by 300 tenants is done, then the tenants would get 1,000 to 1,20,000 square feet, roughly. It could be 1,30,000, 1,35,000. If you calculate the built-up area, maybe 1,40,000. 6,000 square meter gets 3 FSI plus 35% fungible, which makes it about 4 FSI, which makes the area to be around 2,60,000 square feet. With just 1,30,000 to be given to the tenants, 1,30,000 would be available as free sale. Now 15% of 1,30,000 would come to about 20,000 square feet. The selling price in that area at the lowest possible rates in South Mumbai can be taken at 40,000 rupees per square feet. So the entire cost to be paid to the landlord would be 40,000 multiplied by 20,000, coming to 80 crore of rupees. taking by the formula of 25% of the ready reckoner price, even then it comes to about 25 crores of rupees. Will the tenants be able to afford it? Answer is no. Let's take another example very quickly, wherein a small building in Tardev of 1,000 square feet, which has 36 flats, if the compensation is calculated, then it would be about 5 crores as per the ready reckoner price, and it would be a little over 25 crores if you take 15% of the ready reckoner price. Both are not affordable for the tenants to pay. If at this rate 14,800 buildings are taken over by MHADA, MHADA would require a minimum of 60 to 80,000 crores. The MHADA's financial condition is such that MHADA doesn't have 50 to 100 crores to repair the building. Will it produce the money for such major acquisition? So in all likelihood, what is going to happen is that this acquisition will never take place and the buildings will collapse, and once again the builders will come and grab these lands in the name of giving ownership to the tenants. The tenants should think about it and move the government. If this movement goes to the government and says this is not done, because Chapter 8A and the Rent Act is under challenge, and that is where the government has been arguing that 100 months rent is adequate. So in these examples that we given, the 100 months rent would come to 5 lakhs in the earlier case and 2 lakhs in the later case, whereas the compensation now would be 200 times, 500 times, 1,000 times. So if this is argued in the Supreme Court, we would lose Chapter 8A, we would lose the MHADA Act, and we may even lose the Rent Act, and all the tenants could be on the streets. So the tenants need to be united, and we need to tell the government that enough is enough. We have understood this game plan, and take remedial action to protect us. With this is Chandrashekhar Prabhu bidding you au revoir. We shall meet again with more posts. Please subscribe to the channel so that we make our movement very strong. Bye for now.